Hi, everyone. Excuse me. I am Dr. Paulina Van, the host of this show, The Poetry of Healing, and I just want to welcome you today. And today's show is all about hurry sickness. Are you constantly racing against the clock, feeling overwhelmed by your never ending demands? Ever wondered if your need for speed is actually hurting you? Remember, life is too precious to be spent rushing through it. So today, I will share with you what hurry sickness is, how you got it, and more importantly, how to get rid of it. So we're going to begin with a centering exercise just to help us focus and collect our energy for this time together today. And so it's really a gift to yourself, just a little time for you. So let me invite you to participate. Today we're going to say some affirmations, and I adapted them by from Catherine Wagner. But we're going to say these affirmations to kind of get us ready to slow down, to approach life in a more calm approach. So come with me. So what I'll do, I'll say the affirmation, then I ask you to repeat it. And it really helps if you can say it out loud. So if you're somewhere where you can do that and feel comfortable, because that's the most important, then do that. If not, just say it in your mind, okay? So just so to help us focus, I'm going to ask you to just lower your gaze or close your eyes. And we're just going to take 3 deep breaths together before doing these affirmations. And so I ask you to just take a deep breath in through your nose slowly, and then out through your mouth. Again, in through your nose slowly. Get that fresh air. May be warm, because quite warm in a lot of places in the United States. Take a deep breath out. And one more breath. In through your nose. And out. Okay, keeping your eyes lowered or your eyes closed. Here we go. I have 8 for you. So I'm going to say them, and then you repeat them. I'm enjoying the people who are in my life right now. I'm enjoying the people who are in my life right now. I'm taking the time to simply be. I'm taking the time to simply be. I'm making the conscious choice to slow down. I'm making the conscious choice to slow down. I'm scheduling life in a way where I can have some rest. I'm scheduling life in a way I can have some rest. I choose to live at a comfortable pace. To live at a comfortable pace. And this last one, I am centered and quiet. I am centered and quiet. Oops, I have a couple more for you that I thought of. My breath and my mind are slowing down. My breath and my mind are slowing down. And this is the last one that came to me. I'm breaking the habit of busy. I'm breaking the habit of busy. With your gaze lowered and your eyes still closed, now take a deep, slow breath in and be aware of your surroundings, wherever you may be. In and out. Take another slow, deep breath and notice how your beautiful body feels. And then this third breath. Take a nice deep breath and enter this session. Nice work. And I can actually feel the transition of calm coming from your energy. So thank you For those of the viewers who have just joined us, I am Dr. Paulina Van, the author of Regalia Healing, 100 healing poems to promote self-care, self-understanding, and inner healing. And I host this show, The Poetry of Healing. And we've just completed a centering exercise to create space for our time together and and to begin to quiet our mind and for today's topic. And I'm going to quiet my phone because I forgot to do that before I began. Um, so I got it done. Okay. All right. So today's topic is all about hurry sickness. And before we continue, I'd just like to know where you're joining from and also like and share the show if it's helpful to you. So let's begin. Let's unpack a description of hurry sickness. What is it? Okay. So this term, hurry sickness, was coined by an American cardiologist back in the 50s. His name is Meyer Friedman. He and his colleagues studied the effect of stress and heart disease and identified the all familiar type A personality pattern, okay, or behavior pattern. And then what came from that, he characterized that type A behavior as a constant sense of time urgency, a compulsion, a drive to accomplish tasks quickly, and be in a chronic state of impatience. During this work, they also termed hurry sickness and described it as a relentless pursuit and speed and productivity that individuals experience, which takes a toll on their well-being. We experience it and observe it as rushing through life. So you might ask, why do people rush? What causes this hurry sickness? Sometimes I call it hurry syndrome. And what are some of the signs that you have it? So let's start with the why. Why people rush. We'll cover two areas, and that is beginning with the social expectations. And so the causes of hurry syndrome are rooted in societal pressures and personal expectations. In life, we are encouraged to be busy, to multitask, and to be as productive, not as only humanly possible. Many times we're expected to be superhuman, or we expect ourselves to be superhuman. The relentless pursuit of success, fear of missing out, and the never-ending quest for perfection contribute to the development of this condition. And then for those of you who are interested in what happens in the body, I have to throw a little physiology in. Okay, so stick with me because it's interesting. So in your body, what does that rushing feeling feel like, and where does it come from? So the feeling of energy you feel when you're rushing around is mainly due to the release of three stress hormones: cortisol, adrenaline, and norepinephrine. They're also abbreviated as CAN, capital CAN. These hormones are released in response to stress, and it helps our body fight or flee a perceived or real stress. It also is known as the fight or flight syndrome. You may have heard it referred to that. But in the case of rushing, there isn't actually any threat. Your body just thinks there is because of your behavior. There's a thought that when these stress hormones are constantly stimulated, and this is I have to say it's controversial, but the thought is we become addicted to these stress hormones, craving the feeling that they promote. And over time, rushing becomes our new normal. And we forget what it feels like to do things in a calm manner. Now, an adrenaline rush is actually a good thing if you or I are actually in danger, because it is protective and prepares us to fight or flee. Okay. So let's talk about or look at some of the signs and symptoms. How do you know you're rushing? Okay. Rushing can become such an automatic, ingrained habit that it can be difficult to even realize that you're doing it. I know it happens to me. But there's some symptoms such as chronic impatience and constant need to multitask and a persistent feeling of being overwhelmed. And that's so uncomfortable. The constant urge to accomplish more and a fear of wasting time if you're still just chilling creates a perpetual state of restlessness. There's this feeling of time urgency or sense that we don't have enough time. So here are some, and share some signs, behaviors that might suggest that you have fallen into the rushing trap or have hurry sickness. Okay, so constantly feeling like you don't have enough time, speeding in your car, talking quickly, and not truly listening to what other people are saying. Always thinking about your next task and believing in the benefits of multitasking and doing multitasking. Constantly trying to find ways to save time. Feeling irritable when you face delays. I'll say impatient too. Frequently feeling frazzled, anxious, and on edge. Experiencing physical sensations such as heart palpitations and sweating from those stress hormones. Well, I want to be real with you. I suffer or have suffered from hurry sickness. And I want to share a couple of examples that definitely I have done resonate with me, just are real. One of them, and when I share this with you, I may smile because it just seems, I look at myself and you have to be able to laugh at yourself, you know? So anyway, moving quickly while doing any activity or task, such as doing the dishes or taking a shower or even walking. Okay, so I have to give you an example of the latter. So I'm fast walking, taking the garbage to the garbage chute. I'm fast walking, shopping in the grocery store, speeding up and down the aisles, or the department store, or even walking from my car to the post office. Okay. Another thing I do, I am a constant list maker, to-do list maker. So I'm frequently running through this list that is way too long every day. I categorize them. I'm really organized. I have personal, have work, and then I have my creative work associated with the book and the show. But I'm frequently revisiting that list to see how much I've accomplished. And then, okay, this is where I really smile at myself. Frequently performing time calculations as to whether or not I can fit in another task. Okay, so I work at home. Okay? And on my lunch break, I might decide to go to the cleaners, the post office, the grocery store. So I calculate how much time I can spend in each place so that I can get back home in time for a Zoom meeting. Okay. So, okay, everybody laugh. I'm laughing at myself. Okay. So other signs that you're kind of rushing around are some of the thoughts that you have. Okay. Such as, when things slow down, I'll watch that movie. When things slow down, I'll take that vacation. I'll reorganize my closet. I'll get the leaking faucet fixed. I'll visit my family or friends. Thoughts like these point to a problem. You're too busy. I'm too busy. We're running ourselves into the ground, and unfortunately, life just doesn't happen, or slowing down your life just doesn't happen by accident. You have to be deliberate about it. And why should you be deliberate about it? Well, I'm going to share with you that hurrying, rushing through life has a significant impact on your mental health. And I'm only going to cover four conditions today. First is emotional, anxiety and stress. So constantly rushing and feeling the pressure to accomplish more in less time can result in heightened anxiety. The fear of falling behind, missing deadlines, or not meeting expectations can lead to chronic stress, leaving you and me always feeling worried and tense. Then there's impact on work. You may experience burnout. Hurry sickness is closely linked to burnout. And burnout is a state of chronic physical and emotional exhaustion caused by excessive, prolonged stress. The constant need to rush and multitask without adequate attention to our self care can deplete our energy reserves and may lead to errors, lower work performance, and lower work satisfaction, further adding to our stress. And then there's social aspect. Okay? You may experience relationship strain because hurry sickness can hinder the development of nurturing and meaningful relationships. The constant need to rush and make individuals feel, it can make other individuals and definitely you feel disconnected and isolated because of the lack of quality time with those loved ones or friends. Okay? Psychologically, it reduces the joy of being in the present moment. An inability to slow down and appreciate life's simple pleasures can rob us of overall happiness and joy. So I'm going to take the time to reset here. And for those of viewers who have just joined us, I am Dr. Paulina Van, the host of the Poetry of Healing. And I want to thank you for dropping by. And we'd love to know where you are viewing from. Today's topic is all about hurry sickness. And so far, I've described what it is, how you know you have it, and some effects on your well-being. So you're just in time to learn about what to do about hurry sickness, how to get rid of it, or at least manage it. Okay. So the first thing is, and before I share the strategies, I want to say that I will be sharing self-care strategies. Yet there are times when you may need professional help. I know, and I'm going to share my own experience because that's important. Last fall, I met with a therapist several times, and it was very helpful. I felt overwhelmed with my infamous to-do list. And Maureen, my therapist, helped me to see that the expectations I put on myself and the ones I accepted from others was not normal or realistic. And so my New Year's resolution was to bring more balance to my life. That's what managing hurry sickness is really about. It's balance. So these self-care strategies, I can tell you that they work, okay? I'm still busy, but not rushing. And I've incorporated lots of fun into my life. So let's start with the first one, okay? And it's resetting your mindset. So when rushing through thoughts, or you're rushing around and thoughts come up such as, there's not enough time, or there's too much to do, or I'll never get it all done. You can choose to believe and embrace these thoughts and enter into that rushing cycle, or you can choose to acknowledge that these thoughts need to be rewritten. And tell yourself there's no need to actually rush. It's really unproductive. You might want to say some of the affirmations we began with this morning. Okay? You want to reset your mind and then re-engage in whatever activity you were doing, but in a calm, mindful way, retraining your brain to break your habit of rushing. And this is really a similar strategy that I shared with you earlier in a previous show about how you treat negative thoughts. You see, you can replace them with positive thoughts. The second strategy is, okay, get ready for this. Do nothing. Daydream. Your brain is very productive when you allow it to just slow down and let your mind wander. So just sit and replace the noise from the world and life with silence. You're making decisions all day and using up your brain energy. Silence allows you to recharge. I call this silence quiet time. I set my alarm on my phone. 3 to 5 minutes a day. I just dedicate time to silence and see what happens. Okay. Third is, we're back to that cell phone. Take control of your mobile device, whatever device you have. It's like we're on call every minute of every day, and the entire world is competing for our attention through news and social media, text, emails, and app notifications. One thing I've done that's been fantastic is to turn off the audio notifications from text and voicemail, email, so I have control over when I connect with the world. So it's time to take control. Stop letting your phone run your life. It's a huge key to slowing down your mind. I have 2 more strategies for you. Earlier, I talked about I'm having more fun this year after getting guidance from my therapist last year and making a commitment. I made a New Year's resolution that I'd have more fun. Having fun recharges your batteries. It lets you laugh and connect with people, and it infuses your busy life with much needed joy. So I ask you, what do you enjoy doing? Make time for it. And lastly, this is a newest strategy that I implemented, okay, just within the last, I'll say, month or so, and it's working. And so be early. Okay. So, and this is in my personal life. Professional life, I'm always early, but in my personal life, be early. So let me give you an example. If I need to leave the house at 2, mentally I say I need to be dressed and ready at 1:30. This gives me room just in case I have a wardrobe mishap. I need to feed the cats before I leave. My husband needs help with something. Just stuff happens. And so it gives me that cush to be able to deal with that stuff that happens. I feel so much calmer now, and I'm always on time and ready to go versus being highly stressed because in that particular day when we were supposed to leave at 2, my husband was dressed and ready at 12:30. No joke. He's in his suit and tie and ready to go at 12:30. And every now and then coming in and peeking at me and seeing how far I have not gotten getting dressed. Okay. So I've given you a lot today, and I hope that something has struck a chord for you. So I'm going to ask you to try one of these strategies and start today. Don't put it off for tomorrow. Start today and see how it works. And go to my site and let me know. Send me a message and let me know how it's working. There are a couple of things that I'd also like to suggest, and I'm going to give you the information. There's this well-being quiz by Berkeley Wellbeing Institute at UC Berkeley, and it will give you a report. It's only 16 questions. I took it. It will give you a report on your well-being related to such things as positive thinking and stress and healthy relationships. And then, if you want, it'll send you articles each week to kind of help you develop in those areas and bring more joy and happiness to your life. So let me just share with you. I'm going to share with you this information. And so that's information about the well-being quiz, okay? So before we leave, I'd like to just read a poem, one of my poems from my book, Regalia Healing, and it's available on my website, and the e-version is on Amazon. And it's titled, When I Slow Down, okay? And as you know, I do this show based on my own healing. And this is just one of the poems. It's on page 149. And it goes like this. I have an AI graphic that my nephew helped me to develop, and it just expresses the words of this poem. When I slow down, I get some rest. When I slow down, so I could feel my best. I slowed down and my thoughts were swirling. I slowed down. I stopped getting up so early. I slowed down to unveil each microcosm. I slowed down and allowed love to blossom. I slowed down to breathe. I slowed down and reflected on my bridal wreath. I slowed down and embraced gratitude. I slowed down and enriched my attitude. And so I just ask that you join me every first and third Sunday right here on blackdoctor.org. Ask you if this has been helpful to you, please like and share it and tag others. Leave comments. I do read and will respond to your questions. If you're on YouTube, subscribe so you'll know when there's new programming. Visit my site, and I'll give you my site, Regalia Healing, for more healing resources. And I want to thank you for taking this journey with me, and I hope it'll help you to just embrace life that much more as you slow down and stop rushing through life. As always, I wish you love and light until I see you again. Thank you.